Thank you so much. You may take your seats. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, President of the Republic, Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Vedboe, Vice President, Right Honorable Dr. Elijah Shitunga Gurare, Prime Minister, Honorable Erika Shafuda, Minister of Finance, Honorable Ministers present, leaders of political parties present, Honorable Members of Parliament, Mr. Johannes Kavachap, the Governor of the Bank, Mr. Epson Wanguta, Ms. Leonie Dunn, Deputy Governors, the Board, Management and staff of the Bank, former governors and other super eagles who are in retirement who have joined us on this occasion, distinguished heads of constitutional offices, titans of the financial industry and the broader private sector, former and current CEOs of financial institutions, partners and stakeholders across the public, private and civic society, members of the media, fellow Namibians joining us in the room and online across the country and beyond. Good evening. Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Tonight, we gather to celebrate 35 years of the existence of the Bank of Namibia. We are reminded that our progress rests firmly on the shoulders of giants, men and women whose vision, bravery, and hard work gave us freedoms and institutions, and sometimes we do take those institutions for granted. In the late 1980s, while the liberation struggle was still ongoing, some of us were quite young, our founding president, a true giant of our nation, was already thinking ahead. Instead of focusing on the immediate, he was flying from capital to capital, calling on old friends to help build the future governance structures of an independent Namibia. We are told in 1988, in a quiet meeting in Rome, Italy, he sat with another giant, our second president, Dr. Hifikepunye Pohamba, and a Swedish banker. And they were laying the foundations for what would be a future central bank for Namibia. They knew two things very well. One, we didn't have the technical capability to run a central bank. Two, we needed to disconnect ourselves from Pretoria if Namibia was to truly stand tall. And so just after 3 months after independence, on the 16th of July, 1990, those events led up to the birth of our central bank, an institution that was built on foresight, shaped by giants, and given the responsibility to protect our young nation's financial freedom. That Swedish banker that I talked about would become our first deputy governor and later the second governor of the bank. Later, we'll have our first Namibian governor in the year 1997, and since then, this institution has been run by capable Namibians. What a story. We're here tonight joined by some of those giants from those early years, including our own head of state, who had a front row seat to this history that I'm narrating tonight, and so many others in the room. We're equally delighted to welcome giants whom we call super eagles, those who gave the title central banker some respect in a post-independence Namibia. Those are the first trained economists, financial experts who run and manage our financial system. Tonight, we are taking you down memory lane, looking back at those past 35 years. But most importantly, we are standing together in a moment of celebration as we launch our upgraded banknotes and coins, a moment where we, as the Bank of Namibia, will be committing ourselves to continue serving Namibia with diligence. Welcome once again. My name is Kadembire Demburuka, and I'm the Director of Strategic Communications and International Relations at the bank, and I'm deeply honored to be your Master of Ceremonies tonight. We begin this evening with some of our own voices. And the governor, when he heard this bond song, we call it the bond song, when he joined the bank, he said, this song needs to be sung at every important occasion. So we have a group of diligent eagles, and I just want to call on them right now to make their way into the room so that together we can sing the bond song. But at the same time, I want to call all of the super eagles in the room. We see you. We see you. We don't want to call you by name. I know you. So if you can just rise and from the bottom of your heart, sing the bond song with us. Over to you, choir. Your Excellency, this was not a coincidence. We just have a couple of them that are working for the bank. The majority are actually Namibians that are working for other institutions, but they are truly, truly central bankers at heart.
Bank of Namibia, center of excellence, leading Namibia in banking and finance. Bank of Namibia, center of excellence, leading Namibia in banking and finance. We uphold integrity with dedicated staff. We stand for growth and development in Namibia. We uphold integrity with dedicated staff. We stand for growth and development in Namibia. And we care for each other, our big contribution, committed to service, Bank of Namibia. And we care for each other, our big contribution, committed to service, Bank of Namibia. Committed to service, Bank of Namibia.
Well done, well done. Some of the voices are quite rusty. We can see Tatetoma Luendo, Governor. We see the voice is still rusty, but it's there. Mr. Matthews, the voice is still rusty, but it's there. We can see. Some of them have even forgotten the lyrics. We see, but you are mumbling along. That's important. And for the newcomers, we also see you. Please learn the lyrics. It's a very beautiful song. And it's our pledge to Namibia and our rededication on this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, to open tonight's proceedings, I now welcome a leader whose time at the bank has been marked by clear change, bold thinking, and meaningful reform. He once told us something about your aspirations must do what, Governor? Must exceed your resources. So that's something that has been ingrained in all of us. There are bold, innovative ideas that come from the bank. Some of them very crazy ideas, but bold indeed. And I think those are the ideas that we need to take Namibia forward. Please, if you can join us to deliver the opening address.
Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency, Madame Lucia Witbooi, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Elia Ngarare, Honorable Erika Shafuta, Minister of Finance, Cabinet Ministers, Members of Parliament, leaders of political parties present, Your Lordship, Peter Shivuta, Chief Justice, Honorable Sam Shafishuna Nyoma Jr., Comas Regional Governor, all governors present, Deputy Governors of the Bank of Namibia, members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads of constitutional offices, captains of industry, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good evening. Today marks a historic moment in our journey as the Monetary Authority of Namibia, as we unveil a new era of upgraded banknotes and coins, whilst marking the 35th anniversary of the Bank of Namibia. Our history as the bank has been characterized by excellence, macroeconomic stability, and sustainability. We are deeply honored by the presence of the President, the Vice President, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, ministers, MPs, former leaders and staff of the bank, Diplomatic Corps, and this evening your presence affirms your commitment to our and Namibia's transformational journey. On behalf of the Bank of Namibia, I thank you for standing with us on this historic day in the presence of our head of state, the guest of honor. Welcome to this auspicious event. 35 years ago, the Bank of Namibia was established to safeguard Namibia's monetary and financial stability. Over the more than 3 decades, we have evolved, adapting to the changing economic landscapes, while remaining committed to the economic progress and development of Namibia. We are instructed by Mwalimu Julius Nyerere that money is not the measure of development. It is people who develop, not things. A core tenet of Nyerere's development philosophy is that economic progress must serve humanity, not the other way around. That's why he stated, and I quote Nyerere, "The purpose of development is man," unquote. As development brings freedom, freedom from hunger, freedom from diseases, freedom from ignorance. As we mark this historic milestone, we recognize that the Bank of Namibia's role has expanded significantly beyond its mandate. Our statutory mandate remains largely intact, but how we discharge this mandate has changed profoundly. Today, we stand at the confluence of tradition and transformation, where the imperatives of price stability, financial stability, and economic growth intersect with the rapid advances in intelligent technologies, global uncertainties, fiscal fragilities, geopolitical tensions, challenges of climate change, and rising unemployment. Yet in turbulent times, one fundamental pillar remains crucial, and that pillar is trust. Trust is the very backbone of our financial system. enabling communities to flourish and economies to thrive. It is this confidence citizens place in their institutions, in their policymakers, in their leaders, and in each other that will ultimately guide us through these storms. Since independence, Namibia's economic structure has undergone a remarkable transformation. What was once a primary sector-driven economy, anchored in mining and agriculture, with a gross domestic product of just 6 billion Namibian dollars in 1999, comparable in size to Pick and Pay retail group, has evolved into a far more diversified landscape. Today, services such as finance, logistics, and tourism stand at the forefront of our economy, driving growth and shaping opportunity. Yet there is another side to this story, one that we cannot afford to ignore. While domestic activity has flourished, our global competitiveness has faltered. Since independence, gross fixed capital formation has remained well below the levels needed to drive growth, reduce unemployment, and tackle inequality, revealing deep structural constraints that limit private sector investment. On average, gross fixed investment has hovered below 10% of gross domestic product, far short of the 25% or more seen in the Asian tigers' economies. To shift this trajectory, Namibia must embrace bold structural reforms that boost productivity, sharpen competitiveness, and unlock the full promise of an inclusive modern economy. In a world of high economic uncertainty, as we have got currently, it is wise to get our house in order. We need to rebuild our fiscal space, focusing on our internal and external imbalances, attract direct investment, foreign direct investment, and create jobs. Namibia has made significant progress, but the journey to a sustainable, inclusive growth is far from finished. Improving productivity, attracting investments, and regaining competitiveness in the global economy are no longer just goals. They are vital priorities. As our head of state reminded us this week, when she launched the National Development Plan 6, we should tackle inequality, poverty, and unemployment because, for the most part, ours has been a growth that lacks sufficient job creation. However, the renewed focus on agriculture, value creation, mining beneficiation, and other sectors offers potential to shape Namibia's future growth with courage, clarity, and commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, we can only achieve high levels of growth if we continue to safeguard the fundamentals of our economy. Price stability and financial stability are conditions sine qua non to ensure businesses can plan and invest with confidence. Households can budget, save, and build their futures without fear that their income will be eroded and our economy can expand to create much-needed jobs that drive shared prosperity. On this front, Namibia's track record on price stability reflects disciplined and prudent economic management. Since independence, inflation has averaged 7%. Year to date stands at just 3.7% as of June 2025, the lowest in many, many years. When we increase the interest rates to bring inflation down, I think some of us are complaining, but we can see the results that since independence, the increase in prices average about 7%, but all the actions we are taking are delivering goods, 3.7%, it's good. Because if the inflation is high, it affects the most vulnerable people in our economy the most. So we are doing a great job, but some people will never be happy with that, but I believe that's a dance that never ends. The prudent monetary policy pursuit has translated into the gradual easing of our repo rate, a clear sign of long-term monetary stability. The repo rate has steadily declined from a high of 21% to its current level of 6.75%. At this prevailing level, Namibia's repo rate ranks among the lowest in sub-Saharan Africa, translating into more favorable lending conditions. Money plays a key role in our economy, in every economy. If, however, money needs to play its roles, it needs to meet three key tests. Apart from being a unit of account, apart from being a store of value, apart from a means of exchange, to serve society fully, money must actually meet three key criteria. That's singleness of money, elasticity of money, and integrity of money. Singleness of money refers to acceptance of money at par value, with no questions asked, hesitation or scrutiny. If you take a $10 to any shop, in the south, in the north, in the west, east, nobody should question the value of that $10. So that's the singleness of money that we are talking about. If you talk about elasticity of money, that relates to flexibly meet the demand, ensuring liquidity in the economy. If people want money, cash, and paper to deal with, we need to be able to provide that. We cannot have ATMs without cash if Namibians want money in those. The third is the integrity of our monetary system against illicit activity. We should never allow that other people take advantage of our economy and our financial system for money laundering, for terrorism financing, or for whatever. So that's the key test that money needs to meet, and that's what we are trying to achieve at the Bank of Namibia for this country. I must commend Namibia and Namibians for maintaining its currency over the past 35 years. Some countries have seen 3 to 4 currency funerals already. We have not. This is the same money that we've started. We still have it. Today's unveiling of our upgraded banknotes and coins is a powerful symbol of Namibians' confidence in our macroeconomic management. Since the landmark introduction of the Namibia dollar in 1993, our currency has not only expanded in scale. In 1990, we have about 200 million Namibia dollars in circulation. At the end of June this year, we had about 5 billion, with a B, in circulation. A rise matched by its sweeping transformation in form, function, and sophistication. On the financial stability front, Namibia's banking sector has grown from humble beginnings into a sophisticated, modern, and resilient pillar of economy. The sector remains sound, it remains modern, it remains well capitalized. In 1990, the country was served by just 5 banks. The combined assets of these 5 banks was 1.9 billion with a B in Namibian dollars. Today, that number has grown to 7 institutions commanding assets of approximately 181 billion with a B in Namibian dollars, a nearly 100-fold increase. The banking sector not only plays its inherent role of capital intermediation, but also provides livelihoods, employing 6,700 Namibians in our country. Over the past 35 years, Namibia's banking sector has undergone profound policy and legislative reforms to promote stability, inclusivity, and resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, while the financial sector has made notable progress, key challenges remain, chief among them ensuring that the sector is genuinely customer-centric and inclusive. Balancing shareholder returns with consumer value is essential for long-term sustainability. Concerns still exist regarding the level, structure, and transparency of banking fees, as excessive or non-transparent pricing undermines trust, restricts access, and disproportionately affects the vulnerable. In this regard, building a fair, affordable financial system must continue to be a national priority. The recently Cabinet-approved Namibia Financial Sector Transformation Strategy, which provides a blueprint to accelerate financial inclusion and promote sector development, is therefore a step in the right direction. Another important pillar of a strong macroeconomic framework is a country's ability to pay for what its citizens, businesses, and governments consume, whether through imports or other commitments. On reserve management, Namibia's foreign exchange reserves has grown from humble beginnings at independence to a solid and respectable level. At independence, our reserves, foreign reserves as a country, stood at 205 million Namibian dollars in 1990, compared to approximately 60 billion Namibia dollars as at the end of June 2025, sufficient to provide 3.9 months import cover. These reserves are the backbone of our exchange rate peg, anchoring stability, building confidence, and buffering the economy against external shocks. We are using these reserves to pay for our imports. If we need to import fuel, if we need to import medicine, anything that we need to pay in hard currency, we are using our foreign reserves to pay for that. If we look at the modernization of the national payment infrastructure, let me share that since independence, Namibia's national payment system has evolved significantly to enhance efficiency and promote financial inclusion. Our people can easily transact through ATMs, point-of-sale devices, electronic funds transfers, digital wallets, and other preferred payment channels, thanks to the infrastructure regulated and overseen by the bank. The launch of the Namibia Interbank Settlement System, NIS, in 2002 enabled large value payments, followed by the establishment of NamClear in 2003, which reduced check clearing times from 21 days to 5 days. Additionally, the adoption of electronic funds transfers, or EFTs, modernized low and medium value payments, while the historic phasing out of checks in 2018, an African first, marked a bold leap forward. Today we stand at the brink of another transformative leap forward, the rollout of an instant payment system that will deliver real-time transactions, accelerate commerce, and bring financial services within reach of every Namibian. The Instant Payments Project is a cornerstone of the bank's modernization agenda, enabling 24/7, 365 days, real-time payments and reducing transaction times from hours or even days to just seconds. Our instant payment system provides a real-time interoperable payment platform that supports multiple use cases, including government-to-persons payments, peer-to-peer transfers, bill payments, and merchant transactions. This is not just a technical upgrade. It is a bold leap towards a connected future. We envision a landscape where every individual has the power to transact with convenience, each exchange echoing the promise of accessibility and empowerment. We at the Bank of Namibia are shaping the future where the upgraded banknotes, the new coins, and the instant payment solution will help drive economic growth, financial inclusion, convenience, and stability. Let's watch a 3-4-minute video quickly.
In Namibia, the spirit of resilience and community thrives, but many of our citizens in rural and informal sectors and areas face significant barriers to financial services, relying heavily on cash with limited access to banking. Every transaction means hours of travel when you live in remote areas.
Without easy access to the bank, every day I'm taking risk to keep cash in my pocket.
We've heard you. The Instant Payment Project is our commitment to turning these challenges into opportunities.
While Namibia has done well with broad financial inclusion at 78%, people in rural and informal Namibia are still struggling to access basic, affordable, and essential financial services. This means that our informal actors, taxi drivers, community sellers, petrol attendants, farm workers and other small and medium-sized businesses must go to great lengths, travel long distances, incur high transport costs and pay more to access financial services. This demoralizes these groups from interacting with the formal financial system and ultimately hampers economic growth. The Bank of Namibia is therefore stepping up with a new plan to introduce an instant payment solution to be specifically designed to address these challenges and more.
This new system will allow instant transactions across all of Namibia, affordable, fast and secure, reducing the need for travel and high fees. Imagine buying supplies or receiving payments on your phone, withdrawing cash from any ATM, anytime without the wait.
An instant payment system like this is a game changer.
With the launch of the instant payment solution, we lay the foundation for a more inclusive economy. The solution will also empower fintechs, startups, and innovators to reimagine possibilities within our market and our financial system.
As an industry representative, we heed the call of the Bank of Namibia to ensure that the instant payment project is successful.
Together we are launching a new way of payment, serving every Namibian using any mobile phone, whether offline or online, and whether you are in a city or in rural Namibia. It is money everywhere, anywhere, every day, and anytime.
The instant payment solution is a beacon of financial empowerment, bridging the divide of those in rural areas and the informal economy, ushering in a transformative era of inclusive prosperity through affordable and sustainable digital payments.
Imagine a Namibia where the heartbeat of progress is in the palm of your hand. The Instant Payment Project is the future we are building. Together, we are weaving a fabric of financial inclusivity that covers every corner of our nation. It's a revolution, a revolutionary way in how we transact, connect, and thrive. In Namibia,
As you can see, this innovation will enhance customer convenience, accelerate business transactions, and expand financial inclusion, particularly for rural communities and the informal economy that depend on mobile platforms. But that's not the end of the story. Behind the scenes, we're working diligently to establish the foundation for Namibia's digital public finance infrastructure, or DPI. DPI is simply defined as a secure and connected digital system that supports inclusive access and delivery of public and private services across society. Its main components include digital IDs, payments, data sharing, and access to essential government databases with the aim of improving collaboration, increasing efficiency, and unlocking opportunities in the economy. We are happy to report that collaboration with the Ministry of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security, collaboration with CRAN and other strategic partners to further promote digital inclusion throughout our country has commenced in all earnest. The bank is now preparing for the next frontier: instant payments, open banking, open finance, and interoperable QR code standards, heralding an era of seamless digital transactions. Your Excellencies, allow me to digress a bit from my written statement to deal with a topical issue. I think I've noticed several commentary on the 100-day report of the Excellency that was delivered this week, and I would like to add some leadership lens to that 100-day report, if you allow me. So, what do effective leaders do? So we've seen this 100-day report, and if you really want to ask what do effective leaders do, and winning nations that have good leaders, they basically do three things. They have got a very good agenda and a vision where we should go. The second thing they do normally is they use their internal resources to implement that agenda together with external resources. So an agenda, internal resources and external resources. Just let's look at what our president has done. When he started with this new responsibility, in terms of the vision, there's clarity in terms of direction of travel. There's 7 priorities. A blueprint has been launched. What is that on the internal resources? The president approved a national budget. The president appointed cabinet ministers. The president appointed regional governors. Probably ambassadors will follow. And then the third thing you need to do as effective leader is you need to have stakeholders. So visits to the SADC presidents, hosting some presidents locally. That's what you do to implement the new strategy. Secondly, thing you also need to do is laying the foundation for service delivery. We've seen the president calling all the public servants together, telling them what we need to do as a nation. So in the first 100 days, what you do as a leader, you build legitimacy, you inspire hope, and you lay the foundation for long-term growth and for long-term change. Madam President, it's commendable, it's a solid start. Congratulations. Admittedly, the transformative impact of the plan will be evident in the next 3 to 5 years. But that's how economies work. In economics, things don't happen overnight. If we introduce or increase interest rates, you don't seek changes immediately. It normally happens with a lag. But the president went further and showed you quick wins, what happened in the agricultural sector. So the quick wins were there for everyone to see. It was a good start. And with your permission also, Madam President, sometimes it's good if people hear from parties that are not related. I'm not working with the president every day. I had 2 or 3 occasions that I've met the president. And let me tell you, the first one that struck me is, the president said when we launched the Hake note, colleagues, time is an irreplaceable resource. We have got so many things to do, so we cannot waste time. So remember, it stuck with me. The second thing is, was sitting into one meeting and the president is congratulated for being the first president for this country. And the president said, thank you very much, but you need to thank the people of Namibia who voted for me. And the third thing that I've heard that struck me is, I was attending, there was 3 meetings the past 4 months that I've met the president. So the president is invited to an international event that you could die for. Everyone would probably go to that event. I wouldn't tell you where. And I said the president is going to grab this opportunity and go internationally. And the president said, thank you for the invitation. But what value is in this for my people? What would Namibians get out of this? So, I'm asking, is this modesty? Is this magnanimity? Or is this servant leadership? You be the judge. Let me get back to the speech. Let me get back to the notes and the coins and the 35 years. But I think it was important that I share that little anecdotes. We could not have achieved any of this without the dedication and excellence of our staff and leadership, past and present. They are the ones that keep the lights on consistently and with unwavering professionalism. From just 105 employees in 1990 to 343 today, the growth of our workforce mirrors the growth of the institution itself. Madam President, we need some accommodation to house all these people now. It reflects not only increasing responsibility, but also deliberate investment in building national capacity. We don't just recruit talent, we nurture them. Through bursary programs, professional development, and ongoing skills training, we are preparing our people for the future of central banking in an increasingly complex and fast-changing digital world. This commitment is reflected in the nearly 10 Namibian high school graduates the bank has sent to train for the first time as central bankers at the Deutsche Bundesbank University of Applied Sciences, a result of our specialized partnership with German Bundesbank, and the return of a staff member who recently graduated from Ivy League University. These interventions underscore our conviction that our greatest asset is not a balance sheet or a policy framework, it's the people behind that. Your Excellencies, Right Honorable Prime Minister, members of Parliament, invited guests, the employees of Bank Namibia ensure that our price stability is where it is, our financial system remains stable and sound. They make sure we've got enough money to pay for our imports. They make sure we do economic research and analysis. They make sure that we have got money like we're going to have today. All dirty money and damaged money is withdrawn. We're going to give you a service with money that is real. Let's give our employees and our management a round of applause. And I'm also going to remiss in my duty if I do not give credit to the directors of the Bank of Namibia. You know, I've never seen people that are professionals, but that are having time for an institution like this. So we have got Advocate Elias Nekwaya. He's sitting here quietly unassuming. When we deal with legal issues, he's telling us what to do and what not to do. We have got Ms. Rika Pretorius. She's our finance and accounting boffin. Whenever we need to deal with finance accounting issues, she brings a perspective that's independent. We've got Mr. Peter Krieger, who is the IT boffin on the board. We've got Dr. Chirongo. You know, I've never seen an Oxford-trained economist coming up with laws like that. One day we were debating something about supply and demand, and he quoted Say's laws, saying supply creates its own demand. So when it comes to macroeconomic stuff, this is somebody that talks to, that's Dr. Chirongo. We have got Mr. Meroro, and we have got, I've covered all the directors, didn't I? Dr. Himavindu from the Ministry of Finance. They are playing a big role ensuring that management is held accountable. Risk and controls are in place. Strategy, they're the focal point of strategy formulation, making sure we execute the strategy. They hold us really accountable, make sure oversight is in place. And we do this all for one reason, to serve Namibia with integrity and purpose, and to create lasting prosperity for all Namibians. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, through uncertainty we crafted stability. Through disruption we chose innovation. Through doubt we built trust. Yet ours is not a journey completed, but a road still unfolding. Each milestone is a signal not to rest, but to reach further. We stand not as keepers of tradition alone, but as architects of the future, bold enough to reimagine, steady enough to deliver. Because history remembers those who refuse to stand still, and the next chapter is ours to write. The next chapter of Namibia's economic future will not be written by chance. It will be authored by our courage, unity, and relentless pursuit of progress. Let us refuse to stand still. Let us reach further, dream bigger, and act decisively, so that history may remember this generation as the architects who dare to reimagine and deliver a future worthy of Namibia's promise. The next chapter is ours. Let us write it together. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor, for setting the tone and giving us a clear view of the road ahead for central banking in the country. Another round of applause, please. From liberation to legacy, our currency has walked with us through history and continues to walk with us into the future. As you enjoy your starters, Let's reflect on the milestones and makers of that journey through this short feature, The Evolution of Currency in Namibia.
Before coins jingled in our pockets and notes changed hands, Namibia's people lived a different system, one rooted in relationships, necessity, and trust. In the river-rich north, millet, fish, and salt were traded for beads and bracelets. In the south, the San exchanged pottery, hides, and ostrich shell beads. This was a local economy, adaptive, enduring, and deeply rooted in the rhythms of the land. The 1800s brought more than just ships and settlers to the region. Alongside them came foreign currencies. First, the British pound sterling, introduced by traders, and later the German mark under colonial rule. With occupation came economic transformation, as the value of goods was increasingly dictated by foreign powers. In 1901, German proclamations officially made the mark legal tender, yet local communities continued to rely on what worked. Sterling remained in use in the north and east, while rural areas often turned to bartering. Despite official mandates, everyday trade followed familiar paths. War changed everything. In 1915, South African forces occupied the territory. German banks closed and emergency notes, Zeitz notes, flooded the economy. These IOUs were backed by a collapsing German administration and carried little faith among the people. Over time, South African Reserve Bank assumed monetary control and the rand emerged as the dominant currency. For decades, Namibia remained economically tethered to its southern neighbor, Pretoria, a dependency that persisted until the aspirations of liberation were finally realized. Independence in 1990 was more than a political milestone. It was an economic awakening. The Namibian constitution didn't just declare freedom, it laid the foundation for financial sovereignty by mandating the creation of the Bank of Namibia. This institution would guide, regulate, and safeguard our monetary system. But true independence required one final emblem: our own currency, a symbol of national identity, pride, and control over our economic destiny.
It was really a challenging time. The fact that it's a newly independent country and you're establishing a new institution called the central bank. And the kind of skills you need to have to run a central bank is not really something that's readily available, and therefore we have challenged in terms of where do we get people who can work in the central bank. And we really started to start from scratch and trying to make sure that we train as much as we can, as fast as we can. You needed to convince people to say, we here now have got a new symbol of sovereignty, which is the Namibian dollar. And it took a while for a certain section of the population to believe that, this currency called the Namibian dollar is really a real currency.
In 1993, the Namibia dollar was born. Linked to par with the rand, yet unmistakably Namibian in its design, spirit, and significance. Over time, the bank has safeguarded the value of our money through the application of a sound monetary policy. Our banknotes are more than just legal tender. They are visual narratives that celebrate our national identity. They honor our iconic leaders, such as Captain Hendrik Witbooi and Dr. Sam Nujoma, while showcasing our rich biodiversity and cultural heritage.
The Namibia dollar symbolizes more than just currency. It represents autonomy over our economic policies and financial system. It reflects our ability as a nation to control our monetary policy, regulate inflation, and manage our economic health.
And it's also interesting to recall, some people don't actually recall how the Namibia dollar came about. There was actually a competition, a national competition to the public to first say, what should we call the new currency? And then we landed on the name Namibia dollar. And the second question was, what should be the symbols? What should actually be on the notes? And that's why today you have got the emblem of Hendrik Witbooi as the main motive for the currency, and of course the other things like our natural resources, like our fauna and flora.
Earlier designs highlighted endemic species such as the welwitschia and the oryx, reflecting our deep connection to nature. The Namibia dollar banknotes were updated in 2012 to enhance security features, introduce Braille for the visually impaired, and incorporate an economic pillars theme.
Inclusivity was definitely a key feature of those notes. When you design currency, you have to think about all the Namibians that are going to use the notes. Therefore, it was important that when we were upgrading the notes, we also thought that was also time to also include the braille features that will help our people who are blind to be able to use the money, to identify the money, and therefore to make the currency more secure to every Namibian, and irrespective of whether they are blind or whether they can see.
The latest series presents a modern, vibrant aesthetic, and our new coins symbolize the 5 key pillars of Namibia's economy.
On our coinage and on our coins, we have celebrated since independence the beautiful landscape, our natural beauty, our flora and fauna. As the central bank, with the current review, we said there are 5 sectors that have really carried us through, that are strong pillars of our economy, that have contributed greatly to our GDP. And as a central bank, we thought it's appropriate that we really celebrate our 5 economic sectors. That's agriculture, manufacturing, mining, retail, and tourism.
Together, these elements tell a compelling story of our past, present, and aspirations for the future.
This new series is more than just an upgrade. It's a celebration of our progress and a symbol of our readiness for the future.
It's time we focus on our economy, because that's what has really carried us as a nation, and we need to be proud of those sectors. And also, in so doing, we will also promote and encourage other sectors to thrive and stand tall and contribute to our GDP, our growth and development as a country.
Across Namibia, the way we pay is evolving. From the bustling malls of Windhoek to the vibrant market stalls of Katima Mulilo, Namibians are embracing a new era of convenience, paying not only cash but also with cards, mobile phones, and digital apps. At the heart of this transformation stands the Bank of Namibia, leading with vision and purpose. By building a payment system that is secure, inclusive, and future-ready, the bank is ensuring that while the methods may change, the trust and value that underpin every transaction remain steadfast.
Money is more than cash, it's trust. When my customers come to buy from me, I know our Namibia dollars holds its value. It's helped me plan, save and build something for my children.
Wanneer ek my pensioen in Namibiese dollars ontvang, voel ek veilig. Ek weet hierdie geld sal kan koop wat my gesin nodig het. Daarom is ons geld belangrik, dit dra respek.
The future is not far off. It's already here. From instant payments to the exploration of central bank digital currencies, the Bank of Namibia is pioneering tools that ensure our currency remains relevant, resilient, and ready for the digital economy.
Innovating for the future of money means that we need to build a future where trust is digital, transactions are seamless, and every Namibian, from Windhoek to the most rural village in Namibia, is included in the economy. This is how we future-proof prosperity, and this is how we make sure that no one is truly left behind.
Look, I don't even carry cash anymore. With mobile apps and QR codes, I make instant payments in a safe and easy way and still stay connected to this modern world.
We are really entering very exciting time in as far as payments are concerned. As the economy is digitizing, your financial system also needs to follow suit to enable us to serve a digitized economy. We will be seeing more and more seamless payments integrations where the mobile phone will definitely become more of a prominent device to do everyday transactions. and particularly around feature phones for our rural communities. So rural financial inclusion will definitely also pick up.
In a fast-changing world, our role is to bridge the digital divide, enhance trust, as well as to ensure that our financial system remains fit for purpose, not only for today, but for generations to come.
Looking ahead, we remain committed to a future that is innovative, inclusive and resilient, one that ensures every Namibian, no matter where they are, can participate in and benefit from a sound financial system.
From bartering cattle to scanning QR codes, Namibia's story has always been about value, not just economic, but national, cultural, and human. Today, cash and emerging digital payment solutions stand side by side, each playing a vital role in serving the diverse needs of our people. Together, they strengthen the foundation of our modern economy, ensuring that every Namibian, wherever they are, however they choose to pay, is connected to opportunity. The Namibia dollar is not just money, it is who we are.
The Namibia dollar is indeed just not money, it's who we are. Now, as we settle in the room, we want to hear from our leader. Now, it is my honor to invite a distinguished stateswoman whose humility matches her significant impact, indeed, a servant of her people. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Her Excellency, Madam Lucia Witbooi.
Thank you. Your Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, the President of the Republic of Namibia, Right Honorable Dr. Elia Kurare, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, Ministers, Members of Parliament present here, Deputy Ministers, Mr. Johannes Kavagap, the Governor of the Bank of Namibia, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on the protocol already established. It is my honor to stand before you today as we witness this historic occasion marking the Bank of Namibia's 35th anniversary and the launch of the banknote series here in the capital city, Windhoek. I've learned that this anniversary highlights the bank's role in promoting and maintaining a sound monetary, credit, and financial system in Namibia, as well as its contribution to the nation's economic stability and growth. Over the past 35 years, since its establishment, the Bank of Namibia has prudently focused on building a smart central bank, fostering an inclusive and resilient financial system, and laying the foundation for a diversified economy of our country. Today, as we witness this milestone, let us also recognize the legacy and visionary support of our political leadership in its success. Therefore, it is profoundly fitting to reflect on our shared national journey and the visionary leaders who have shaped its foundation and successes. This milestone stands as a symbol not only of progress, but of stability, trust, and the pursuit of excellence in service to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, this leads me to my noble task this evening, that of introducing the keynote speaker of this event. The keynote speaker is a leader of note whose name is synonymously with excellence, dedication, and transformative leadership in our republic. Her remarkable journey in public service spans over 3 transformative decades, with each under her capable and steady guidance. These national initiatives are poised to achieve sustainable momentum and deliver lasting benefits to all Namibians, irrespective of their background. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is now my singular honor to invite to the podium our keynote speaker, Her Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwah, the President of the Republic of Namibia. Thank you.
Please be seated. Thank you, Your Excellency Lucia Wetboy, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, for giving me the floor and for having made yourself available for this important evening. Right Honorable Dr. Erija Ngurare, Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, Minister Eric Shafuda, Minister of Finance, our Governor. I always, when I think of you, I say Johannes baptism. Baptizing you in our currency. May I sincerely ask your permission to stand on protocol established, particularly by the Director of Ceremony, as well as our Governor of the Bank. Of course, while recognizing all staff members of the Bank of Namibia who have informed us this evening through the song that they uphold integrity and they are committed to the service. We really recognize that sincerely. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with profound sense of honor and deep responsibility that I stand before you today to mark a historical moment in Namibia's ongoing journey of economic sovereignty, resilience, and development for the launch of the upgraded Namibian banknotes and new coin series, COINAGE series. This coincides with the official celebration of the 35th anniversary of the Bank of Namibia under the theme anchored in stability, 35 years of central banking, excellencies, and innovation. What a good theme. It is a historical fact that when Namibia gained independence in 1990, we inherited an economy that was heavily dependent on the former colonial power, including financial and monetary arrangements. And rarely this evening, our governor, accompanied by the visuals, has taken us through this journey. Under the visionary and transformative leadership of our founding father, the late Dr. Semsa Fishuna Nuyoma, the newly elected Namibian government at that time recognized that true independence required not only political freedom, but also economic sovereignty, the foundation of which was to establish a strong institution to manage our economic destiny and transformation. We learned this evening that the discussion even started long before our independence. It is therefore important to express our appreciation that our founding leaders were able to think the need for the establishment of sound governance and financial institutional framework as entrenched in the Namibian Constitution. That led ultimately to the establishment of credible institutions like the Bank of Namibia, which safeguards our economic sovereignty. This is also the time, as we are celebrating this 35th anniversary, to acknowledge and recognize all the 6 governors who effectively served this important national institution on our behalf. I'm now referring here to the likes of Walter Bernard, Eric Carlson, Jeff B. Hamad, Tom Arendo, Ipu Mushimi, and our current Johannes, who has really taken up with vigor this strong foundation created by his predecessors. We sincerely thank you for the service you have provided to our nation. Director of Ceremonies, Article 128 of the Namibian Constitution as amended gave birth to the Central Bank with the role to serve as the state's premier instrument of controlling the money supply and inflation, managing the national currency, and regulating banking institutions. Over the years, as we have learned, and we can all confirm, being Namibians, that the bank has evolved into a resilient institution that not only effectively upholds its core mandate of price and financial stability, but also plays a crucial role of supporting microeconomic stability since its inception. Therefore, the bank has made significant contribution to Namibia's sustainable development agenda, thus making it possible for our economy to withstand setbacks such as the world economic recession, droughts, and the world disasters such as the COVID-19, while recognizing the challenges that still there as elaborated by our governor of the bank. The Bank of Namibia, as we all know, is entrusted not only with improving access to affordable financial services, but also with promoting financial inclusion and supporting economic growth. Over the years, and this was also mentioned clear, that we have seen the bank driving its digital transformation agenda aimed at democratizing financial services, compiled with enhancing efficiency and improving service delivery. We'll remember during COVID, when the government intervened to assess the sum of our citizens in making those transactions, cell phones were just used. And this is thanks to the programs that our bank has put in place. Thus, underlining that our bank has prioritized innovation. And this initiative helps to shape Namibia's future into one that is more inclusive, resilient, innovative, and aligned with our national development agenda. Again, I'm saying thanks to the bank's leadership for shaping our nation's financial future. We are setting ourselves to be an industrialized country, and without proper financial management, it will all be a dream not to be realized. Director of Ceremonies, despite the commendable progress we have made over the years, Namibia's financial sector continues to face significant challenges that limits its ability to drive inclusive and sustainable growth. Access to financial services remains uneven, with rural communities and those engaged in the informal sector still largely excluded from the mainstream financial system and service delivery. And we must note, these are the majority of our population. When you leave the majority behind, one just wonders whether we'll be able to realize our dream as articulated in Vision 2030. This exclusion entrenches poverty and prevents meaningful economic participation for the majority of the rural areas, and that those who are outside the formal mainstream of the economy. Furthermore, transformation and localization of the financial sector remains areas of concern that requires urgent intervention in order to be able to move forward. And that's why, as a government, we will continue to have constant consultation with the Bank of Namibia and with other financial institutions. Digital financial literacy is another pressing weakness. While digital financial services are expanding, many of our people lack the skills and confidence to use those safely and effectively, leaving them vulnerable to fraud and scams. And this scam is really becoming a problem. And most of us are becoming victims. You are hearing people putting their things here and there, and they say, Netumbo putting up this and this, put your money in. Hence, there is a real need for literacy on financial or digital financial. That calls for education in order to make our people aware of the financial systems at their disposal. In particular, that financial services has a great role to play in our agenda of economic and national transformation. Hence, inclusivity is a must. No one should feel left out. That is what our third president has left us with. It is also of profound importance to remind ourselves that the strategic focus of the 8th administration remains source of our inspiration. We are talking about benefication, value addition, and industrialization so that we can grow our economy to serve our people. The growth of strategic economic enablers such as agriculture, oil and gas, minerals, fisheries, and the blue economy require a financial sector that is responsive and supportive of the local content objectives. Entrepreneurs in these sectors, they need to be assisted in order for them to realize their dreams. We need to create an environment where even new industries that we have identified as priorities, like creative industry and sports, they should be considered as special as they are because they have a great potential for job creation and can drive innovation. It's therefore important that our financial institution pay special attention to local entrepreneurs and businesses for them to fulfill and firmly participate in the country's economy, being a key to prosperity. Financial institutions, let us work together. Let us assist our people who are ready to participate in our economy. Youth development is another national priority that requires urgent financial sector responsiveness. The majority of our population are young people. Yet youth-owned enterprises continue to face systematic financial hurdles, limiting their economic agency and undermining national efforts to enhance the demographic dividend. Let us, all of us, make it our responsibility to believe in youth development and youth empowerment. As we know, in so doing, we are also empowering ourselves. The National Youth Fund, which will soon be launched in the coming months, is intended to address this anomaly. In this regard, I urge the financial institutions, particularly commercial banks, to play and support this noble national initiative. You are going to have more clients when we empower our youth and come up with their businesses. they will come and bank in your banks. It's against this backdrop that our cabinet, the governor has also recognized this, that as one of our priorities, we have decided to approve the Namibia Financial Sector Transformation Strategy 2025 to 2035. This 10-year strategy is both relevant and timely, providing a structured roadmap to address those weaknesses and unlock the full potential of our financial system. It's developed through rigorous research, regional consultation, and inputs from public and private sector stakeholders. I'm sure many of you in this room might have participated in this process. And for that reason, even if you do not participate, we are a country that believes in representation, and that's why we do elect members of parliament to be our representative in the lawmaking process. So therefore, you were represented, and I want us to own this strategy. It seeks to create an inclusive, modern, competitive, sustainable, and a resilient financial sector that supports all Namibians. And as your president, I'm really directing all stakeholders to rally behind this national blueprint with its financial launching to take place in this month of July. I have to do this on your behalf. As I told you already, when you elected me, you gave me a clear mandate to be speaking on your behalf at all times. Therefore, fellow Namibians, banking fees and charges is another major concern for Namibians, and have become a topical issue even in our parliament. And I'm happy you are recognizing this. Tackling this issue is vital for easing the financial burden on the consumers in a fair and transparent manner. In this context, the recent directives by the Bank of Namibia to direct the banks to reduce the margin between the repo rate and the premium lending rate by 25 basis points to align with the common monetary area brackets is a welcome development, and we must all embrace it. This strategy is likely to provide significant relief to consumers. And I'll keep repeating, when you give relief to consumers, you are also making the business for yourself. Because consumers will come and come and come because there is a relief. I therefore urge the Bank of Namibia and the Ministry of Finance to work together and release regulations without delay to ensure that fees and charges serves the public interest and proportionate to services provided by financial intermediaries without compromising financial stability. We recognize its importance, and it must be guided by all times. Hence, your commitment to uphold integrity and to provide quality service. Director of Ceremonies, coming in now to the money and the currency matter, as already informed by the governor, when the Namibian dollar was first launched on the 14th September 1993, that marked a defining moment in our journey towards self-determination and the creation of our own distinct national identity. This historical milestone solidified our new found sovereignty and transformed us into a nation that could proudly declare its economic independence through our own currency, the Namibian dollar. Central banks are known for trust, integrity, not just to supply of banknotes and coins. I was happy to read this word of integrity that you are really focusing on, because you know it's one of my values in leading this great nation of Namibia. Over the past 35 years, the bank has intentionally cultivated this trust through prudent monetary policies, maintaining price stability, and ensuring that our currency serves as a reliable store and value of medium of exchange. As we unveil the upgraded banknotes and the new coins today, it's important to note that the currency is not just a national symbol. Currency plays an important role in facilitating trade and commerce, attracting investment, and driving economic growth. The fact that the Namibian dollar is stable fosters public confidence in our government policies and provides an ordinary Namibian with both opportunities and access to formal banking system. This is important because when our money retains its value, Namibians can save, invest, and engage in the formal banking sector with confidence. You can see how we moved from millions to billions because there is that confidence. No Namibians would like to put money under your pillow. You want to put it in the bank so that it can multiply as well and you increase your purchasing power. It is important to underline that an upgraded to both banknotes and coins is necessary. And the governor really explained why it is necessary. Our banknotes were last updated on the 2012, while our coin series remained unchanged since 1993. And that's why up to now, I don't know, most of our retails, there's always 99 cents. I don't know what it means. So it's always there. I don't know how they calculate it. So therefore, change is long overdue because technological advancement has progressed. And Namibia must stay on par with the rest of the world. It is therefore essential to ensure that the banknotes and coins are designed for durability, easily recognizable, authentic, and source of our pride, particularly to help to prevent counterfeiting and maintains confidence. The notes and coins we are unveiling today are designed to meet the needs of a rapid change financial landscape. I'm saying this because as your president and the one who appointed the governors, he cannot bring it to you here without me also seeing them. So what I'm telling you is what I have seen, and that's how it is. You are going to be happy, I'm telling you. I'm even taking up your time for you to see the real thing. And unlike the previous version, the theme that features on the new coins beautifully celebrated Namibia's vital economic sectors that significantly contribute to our national GDP. One of our governors, the fourth governor, I believe, has also elaborated the importance of our first notes and how we depict our nature. I must tell you, all remains there, but because of our new focus, there are additions. For example, mining, retail, agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. Remember, Namibia's tourism is core tourism, which believe on our biodiversity, so we did not lose our animals. Those themes are thoughtfully aligned with the government's steadfast commitment to fostering sustainable economic growth and development, and are deliberately chosen to recognize the sectors that underpin our economic and that enhance our competitiveness as a country. These coins and notes, they are talking to NDP 6. Just analyze the document and look at our notes. No contradiction. We must remain focused. The bank notes and coins have been aligned also with international best practices. Namibia is not an island. We are part and parcel of the international community, as evidenced by the adjustment made to the size and the materials that has been used. The notion aims not only to improve the durability, but also to ensure that our currency remains modern, practical, and in line with global standards. You might find, as the others are going out, your coins might be lighter in your purse and not heavy as it is. Director of Ceremonies, fellow Namibians, I'm happy to inform you that the upgraded banknotes continue to honor our Namibian heroes. Our Captain Hendrik Vetboy, a distinct pioneer and stout in our struggle against colonialism and oppression, as well as our founding president and father of the Namibian nation, His Excellency Comrade Dr. Sam Safishuna Nujoma. They will continue to guide us. Their legacy will continue. And every time we use those notes, they are there to empower us, they are there to guide us for us is to receive. Each note remains a powerful national symbol representing the collective spirit of courage, sacrifice, and resilience that defines our journey as a nation. Moreover, from an inclusivity perspective, the upgraded banknotes incorporate enhanced features designed to better support the visually impaired and partially sighted members of our society. One of our themes, one of our focus is inclusiveness, and our people with disability should not be forgotten, even when we are talking about our currency. And that's why I'll keep taking off my hat for the staff of the bank. Director of Ceremonies, we must be mindful that our currency is a vital national asset, a symbol of our sovereignty and resilience. In light of that, there is a need to familiarize ourselves as a nation to be able to understand the features and security elements of those banknotes and coins. We should also handle them with care and respect. You cannot just say because they are made durable, you just do them like this. It's a national symbol. You have to respect them and handle them with care and respect. In this context, once again, I now extend my congratulations to the entire team of the Bank of Namibia, our very own Super Eagles. You sang so nicely here. And I didn't know you are so many. When you were called, you really stood. And I take it that you have done this by carrying out your national duty and unwavering dedication and professionalism. And we continue to trust our currency in your hands. Director of Ceremonies, as we celebrate 35 years of the Central Bank, I urge you to continue serving our country with pride, diligence, and professionalism. You are our economic shoulder, steadfast on the frontier of our national financial defense and guiding over our monetary and financial stability, ensuring that Namibia's economic sovereignty remains protected. I was happy to learn and let us know this, that unveiling the currency today, meaning just a renewing, but our currency will remain, the old ones will remain in circulation. I'm sure you may follow in some countries, when you are upgrading, they call the old money to come in. That creates confusion. It is not going to happen in the land of the brave. Because we know our currency remains protected. And that's why they will just move concurrently until we start pulling out those ones that are old, and then we will keep just renewing and not necessarily again upgrading. For you, you must really continue to save us. We need to defend the integrity of our financial system in order to ensure financial resilience for the benefit of our people. This will also put confidence on the investors. When they come to Namibia, they will have no worry because they know how we are managing our finances. It's now my honor first to say happy 35th anniversary to the Bank of Namibia and to all Namibians, because you have played your role in this endeavor.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moment of truth. Can we just give our president a round of applause, please? Now, these are the moments that define history, and tonight is one of those moments. Your Excellency, President, you have said that you don't like knowing the numbers. But let me re-emphasize once again, while the mic is on its way. You are our third president since independence to induct our currency into official use. Third. A round of applause. You are the first president since our founding president in 1993 to do what? To launch our new coins into circulation, because we have not done it before since 1993.
Thank you very much for all those remarks, Director of Ceremony. And it's now my single honor on the behalf of the Namibian people to unveil the upgraded banknotes and the new coins for Namibia.
There you have it on the screens, ladies and gentlemen.
You can see how beautiful they are. Yeah. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Now, this is a historic moment. May we invite the Vice President, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, our Minister of Finance, to join the President on stage and the Governor to take a quick picture. Please help me to welcome them to the stage. Joined by our two Deputy Governors, Mr. Epson Wanguta and Madame Leonidan. Is it possible that I can have some able soldiers that are at the frontiers of our financial system to please just slightly bring that picture in the middle so that our photographers can capture it? Central bankers, where are you? Mr. Kolumbiade, Mr. Asino, can you just slightly move it to the center of the stage so that the photographers can capture the new notes? It's heavy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I see no Mr. Kazombia, you might join the Namibian Defense Force after this. Huh? Thank you so much. This is what agility is all about. We said the central bank is quite agile, and you're seeing how we are very responsive right now. Excellent. That satisfies our media friends. Let's see. Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you so much. Madam President, before you leave the stage, can we ask Madam Kaidemi Rukata to just give you a small token of appreciation on behalf of the Bank of Namibia that will be delivered by the Governor. Thank you so much. Now, for all of us in the room and for all viewers that are watching this online, please let's watch this video that now depicts our new currency. Namibia is a nation built on resilience, shaped by heritage and driven by a vision for inclusive growth. Our currency is more than a tool of trade. It symbolizes our sovereignty, values, and national pride. For the first time in 3 decades, Namibia's second generation of coinage has been reimagined to enhance security and functionality and to tell a richer story of who we are and what drives our economy. The coinage has been engineered with advanced security features to protect the integrity of our currency. Micro-lettering, ultra-fine inscriptions that are invisible to the naked eye, but impossible to replicate without advanced technology. Latent images, visual elements reveal new details when viewed from different angles. Edge variations, reated, plain, and patterned edges help visually impaired users distinguish coins by touch. Bimetal composition, 2 metal high denominations improve durability and deter counterfeiting. The coins have been resized for efficiency, smaller, lighter, and aligned with international standards, reducing production costs while preserving functionality. The new coin series introduces a new 20-cent coin, making transactions smoother and more efficient. The new coins have been designed with sustainability in mind. Reduce size and weight and optimize metal composition significantly reduce environmental impact, demonstrating Namibia's commitment to sustainability. Less material, less energy, and less waste. Each coin honors a key economic sector. honoring the industries that power our economy and shape our national identity. Mining. Mining is the cornerstone of our exports and a driver of national revenue. Retail. Retail breathes life into our communities, creating jobs, enabling trade, and connecting people to opportunity. Tourism. Tourism showcases our national beauty and cultural richness to the world. Renewable energy. Renewable energy paves the way to a sustainable future, driving industrialization and building resilience. Agriculture. Agriculture feeds our nation and sustains rural livelihoods. This is a COINAGE series that works harder, lasts longer, and tells a deeper story. It is secure, sustainable, inclusive, and proudly Namibian. And now we turn the page to the next chapter in our currency's evolution. The upgraded third generation of Namibia dollar banknotes. Namibia's story is one of pride and purpose. A nation forged in the crucible fight for independence and nationhood. Shaped by heritage and united by resilience. Guided by these values, Namibia's upgraded banknote series represents a bold yet thoughtful evolution, honoring the past while embracing the future. The upgraded banknotes embrace innovation, at the same time pay tribute to two iconic figures we know and revere. The founding father, His Excellency Dr. Semsha Fishuna Nujoma, and Captain Hendrik Witbooi. On the reverse of the notes, we see images of the iconic Namibian wildlife that proudly represents our nation, a celebration of our national heritage. A key innovation in this series is the introduction of a high-tech composite substrate for the 10 and 20 Namibia dollar banknotes that blends the strength of polymer with the trusted feel of paper. This upgrade boosts durability, enhances security, and supports advanced features such as transparent and embossed windows. The upgraded banknotes have been refined with a fresh modern look, cleaner lines, richer colors, and a refined aesthetic that breathes new life into the Namibian currency we know and trust. Beneath this new design lies strength and innovation. Each banknote is enhanced with advanced security and accessibility features, including color-shifting inks, tactile marks for the visually impaired, and cutting-edge anti-counterfeit technology. Stronger, smarter, and ready to meet the demands of tomorrow. Our currency, our heritage, our pride. Meet the next generation of the Namibia dollar. At this juncture, we bid farewell to the viewers of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation. The news follows next. The 8 o'clock news now follows. For the rest of us in the room, as you have heard, our new coins are lighter and smaller in size. They might feel a bit different at first, but you will quickly get used to their new dimensions. You will notice the fresh designs. Each coin now symbolically represents one of the key sectors of our economy. And for the first time, we have a 20-cent coin, which is a new addition to the series. For our banknotes, you will notice the 10 and the 20 Namibian dollars, they are printed on a new material. That material combines the durability of polymer with something that is familiar with the feel of paper. So that is the new upgraded Namibian banknote and new coinage series as launched by our president. Right now, let's welcome back once again the Bank of Namibia Choir. Can we give the Bon Choir another resounding applause, please? At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, dinner will be served, but in the meantime, we will also be hearing from a marimba band that will be playing in the background. The President is very particular about the creative industries, and therefore the Bank of Namibia is well aligned to that particular vision. And that's why we have a young ensemble of artists from the creative industry to serenade us while we are having dinner. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 9 o'clock. The President reminded us that time is a precious resource. And at the bank, when we are told something, we are on marching orders. Our marching orders are quite clear. We will guard the sovereignty of this country so dearly. But at this point in time, let me now invite another powerful lady amongst us. She's the steward of our economy, and she's now going to move the vote of thanks for us. Please welcome the Honorable Minister of Finance, as the late Theo Ben Gurirap always referred to the portfolio. Madam, the floor is yours.
I do not know what I have done to be punished, not to enjoy my meal, but it is okay. I'm going to do what I was expected to do. Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, our President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency, Madam Lucia Wetboy, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, our Right Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Iraya, what is the other middle name? Is it Njikiti or I cannot say that one? Ngurare is our Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia, our Governor, the former governors, the Board of Directors, current and former, the management of the bank, so is the staff. And I really have acknowledged all of us here in this room. A very good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Today we mark not just a passage of time, but the triumph of vision, resilience, and leadership. The 35th anniversary of the Bank of Namibia that we have celebrated, we have done so under the theme, anchored in stability, advancing with transformation. This is a powerful reminder of what is possible when institutions like the Central Bank of Namibia remain steadfast in purpose and bold in action. This is more than a celebration. It is a reaffirmation of the bank's enduring role in shaping Namibia's economic industry. This anniversary comes at a time when the central banks globally are being tested, not only on their resilience, but on their ability to adapt, to innovate, and lead with foresight. In this regard, the Bank of Namibia has distinguished itself as a forward-leaning institution, one that has strengthened the regulatory systems, enhanced policy credibility, and demonstrated principled leadership in evolving financial landscape. A case in point is the recent adoption of smart regulation that is aimed at ensuring that our regulatory systems or landscape speaks to the economic realities of our people. We wish to extend our profound gratitude to Your Excellency, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, the President of the Republic of Namibia, for your visionary leadership and unwavering support. Who cannot testify this one? If you have listened carefully to that speech, you can only say, Erica, say once again, thank you on behalf of all of us to the President. Your Excellency, your presence today here and your endorsement of this historic moment reaffirm our collective commitment to honoring the stewardship of our constitutional institutions, safeguarding price and financial stability, as well as driving inclusive progress. Your Excellency, your leadership continues to inspire all of us and encourage all our institutions, the Bank of Namibia included, to lead with purpose, foresight, and integrity, as was composed in the song of our team from the Bank of Namibia. Give them a round of applause. Your Excellency, we really thank you most sincerely. I would be remiss not to acknowledge the remarkable individuals behind this institution's success. To the board members of the Central Bank of Namibia, former and current, the governor, again former and current, the senior management, that is to say, the deputy governors of the bank and other managers, as well as the staff. Once again, thank you so much. Your professionalism, your discipline, and resilience are the heartbeat of the Central Bank. It is your commitment that has built and sustained the institution's reputation for excellence and enabled it to fulfill both its constitutional mandate and strategic mandate with distinction. May your path forward be marked by deeper impact, bold innovation, just like you have done it, the way how you have designed these coins, these banknotes. It is a testimony that you are great in as far as innovations are concerned. Keep it up, the bank. I also wish to extend deep appreciation to the bank's stakeholders. That is why we are all here. Thank you so much to all of you. And let us continue to do what is expected from our people, the people that we serve. And we have committed to say, we serve with passion. Once again, thank you so much. Your collaboration has been instrumental in amplifying the bank's impact, and I encourage all of you to continue strengthening the partnership as we pursue new horizons as outlined in the National Development Plan number 6 that our President has just launched. Once again, thank you so much, and I have done this on behalf of the bank, the Ministry of Finance, and the whole government of the Republic of Namibia. Once again, thank you so much.
Another round of applause to our Minister, please. Honorable Minister, your words of appreciation resonates deeply, and thank you so much. As we come close to the end of this celebratory event, we reflect with immense pride and gratitude. Tonight, we've reminisced, we've paid homage to the giants who built and shaped central banking excellence in Namibia. In moments like this, one is reminded of the true meaning of service. Our head of state obviously reminded us that public service is not just a job, it's a calling. Today, all of our super eagles, past and present, stand together in recognizing that ours is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to serve Namibia and her people. In my role tonight, this message has resonated very deeply. Thank you for the honor, for allowing me to serve in this capacity. This right here is what public service is all about. To those that have joined us online and on NBC, thank you so much for partaking in this historic celebration, and we bid you good night. Thank you. So now I needed to do that for the viewers at home.